The following is a presentation of Eagle Radio and Sacred Heart Basketball.
Well, it's been a while, but welcoming you in here. Good evening from the Sacred Heart Gym. And a snowy Salina, at least it's on the ground now and not coming down through the air. Good evening, I'm Adam Coulter. Trey Tully on the broadcast, on the camera tonight. How you doing, Coach? Coach Carl Hines walking by. The scorers table here as we get set for Saline County Rivalry Night here as southeast of Saline has made the trip to Salina. These couple of games tonight postponed and rescheduled tonight from the original date of last Tuesday. What would have been 4 games in 8 nights for the Knights as they took on Minneapolis on the 3rd of January. This would have been the second night of that 4 games and 8 night stretch as they would have originally played these games I should say, the boys and the girls here from Sacred Heart and Southeast on the 7th, but as we know, Mother Nature took care of that with a big blanket of snow. I guess I got lucky myself. Actually was out in Iowa. And once the day by day went on and I got to miss all this snow, and I just got back to Salina a couple of hours ago, so I am very, very appreciative of that little fact. But again, with that in mind, I do want to wish you all safe travels, and for our students, for our parents, for our coaches, teachers, faculty, drivers, everyone involved in not just the basketball games as well, but all the winter sports. Want to wish you all safe travels to and from all the destinations across the state. Well, again, I mentioned a rivalry night here as, again, welcoming you in here to Sacred Heart, Adam Coulter and Trey Tully here on the broadcast. And coming up, the girls will kick things off here. Sacred Heart has an interesting, the way the record had gone, the way the games have gone. They lost opening night in a tough one to Clifton Clyde here at home, and they have alternated losses and wins so far through the first 7 games as they sit now with a record coming in at 3-4, and they are an even 1-1 in the NCAA league. Meanwhile, Southeast, they come in 4-2 overall, and so far a perfect 3-0 in the NCAA league. So on paper anyway, the Lady Trojans above 500, perfect in the league. The Knights, meanwhile, 500 in the league and a game under 500, but trying to keep that streak going. They'll look for win number 4 to match the 4 losses here coming up tonight in just a little bit. Well, coming up here for Sacred Heart, speaking of reschedulements, I think I just made up a word, postponements, games that got moved right now as we know it. Last week, the Knights would have played on Tuesday here at home against Southeast, obviously replaying or making those up here this evening. Then last Thursday, they would have gone to Beloit St. John's. Those games against Beloit St. John's, that'll be coming up. They'll make those up on February 20th. And then the games on Friday would have been back at home against Thomas More Prep, TMP out of Hayes. And I was talking with Sacred Heart athletic director a little bit earlier on with Bryce Woodall, and trying to get that doubleheader rescheduled as well. So for now, the games that have been rescheduled as we know of, the Beloit St. John's rescheduled date, February 20th on the road. Southeast here at home tonight, making it up from last week, and then again, not. After a break, back with basketball. Break now. You're listening and watching to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming and ranching is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm and ranch deserves.
Contact Scott Osherman, agent at Scott Osherman Agency, Inc. at 785-392-3111 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground over a supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges. We do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits. APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
You're listening to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart Basketball. Game number 7 for Southeast, game number 8 for Sacred Heart. As the Lady Knights come in 3-4 and 1-1 in the NCAA League. Head coach that is Carl Hines starts tonight. Adeline Lee, co-leader in scoring for Sacred Heart. She's a sophomore and she'll be a 4-year starter before her career is over and done and over with. All is said and done. Bethany Campus starts tonight. She's a senior. The other co-leading scorer, Skylar Douglas, she's a junior. Junior Nicole Richards also starts, as the senior Alyssa Patterson for Sacred Heart. Again, 3-4 overall, 1-1 in NCAA League play. Head coach Carl Hines, and again starting Adeline Lee, Bethany Campus, Skylar Douglas, Nicole Richards, and Alyssa Patterson for the blue and gold of Sacred Heart. Meanwhile, for the visiting team tonight, southeast of Saline, the Lady Trojans come in 4-2 overall. 3-0 in the NCAA League standings thus far. Shauna Smith starts. Reese Heinrich, a 5'1" freshman, will start tonight. Another freshman, Kaya Samuelson, at 5'7". Also 5'7" and a senior is Addison Rohr. Sutton Douglas, 5'7" junior, and Abigail Pearson, also 5'7", and she is a junior. So Abigail Pearson, Addison Rohr, Sutton Douglas, Kaya Samuelson, and Reese Heinrich, the starting 5 for the purple and black clad Southeast of Saline Trojans. In the home blacks and purples. Southeast across the jersey tops with the white piping and the white numerals for Southeast. Meanwhile, for the Knights in the home white uniforms, gold numerals and letters with black trim. Knights across the jersey tops and the gold piping and stripes down the shorts and the jerseys. So at the center circle, 5'7", Skylar Douglas, 5'7", Kaya Samuelson. An even height matchup at the center circle. Here's the opening tap, controlled by Sacred Heart. Into the hands of Campa. Off to Addie Lee as the Knights work right to left to start things off here in those home white uniforms. Southeast, as you view it, will be left to right here in the opening half. Just underway here from Sacred Heart. Lee puts it up, missed the shot, tipped, and racing down the floor for Southeast. ball tipped from behind, as that was Heinrich racing down the floor for Southeast. Sure, a lot of these young ladies and guys alike, and us the fans as well. There's a three-point shot from the wing, missed. Rebound Douglas. I was about to say, I'm sure a little cabin fever, ready to get back out here and play and watch these games. Are reaching and a takeaway now. Ahead of the pack, off the right side, off the glass, up and good. 2-0 Southeast off the basket by Kaya Samuelson. A minute gone by here, first quarter, 2-0. Right side, just inside the arc. Out to Nicole Richards. Campa looking to her right to Addie Lee. Picked up her dribble now, back to Richards. Cutting Samuelson, double team there, forced it up, but drew a two-shot foul. So a chance for the Knight to tie it up. Addison Rohr picks up the foul. First team foul, first personal foul, first foul of the game for either team. Basket good by Skylar Douglas, 2-1. Cuts the early Trojan advantage in half. Second shot also good. Somebody forgot to silence his phone. Might be me. Actually, I know it's me. Southeast with the ball. Now a 2-2 tie. Shot baseline up and good. Kaya Samuelson. The two-point field goals. 90 seconds into the game. They seesawed thus far. Southeast goes up 2-0 and now 4-2. 6:19 to play. Douglas, right lane line. Goes to the left side and scrum on the floor, and out with it is Southeast. Samuelson over to Pearson. And the visiting team with the ball. 2 minutes gone by. First quarter, drive to the basket. High off the glass, up and good. Sutton Douglas. And now a 6-2 lead, the biggest of the game for Southeast. Still a long way to go in this one. Ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Sacred Heart. Douglas will inbound baseline on the left. Up it goes to Campa between the rings. Out high, she goes to the right wing. Dribbles right now back to her left. Addie Levy on the arc, on the right wing. Now a couple more steps back, now a couple more steps forward. Campa from the corner and forced one up. Two more free throws coming now for Sacred Heart. And that's going to be the first personal foul on Sutton Douglas. Camp at the free throw line. First shot up, no good. Couple of subs in now. Regan Duran and this name I may struggle with here tonight, Annabelle Villalez. Second shot is up. Missed both free throws and the tie up. Nicole Richards came down with it, as did Sutton Douglas, and the alternating possession arrow keeps it with Southeast with 5.5 to play in the first, and still a 6-2 game. There's an overthrown pass into the Knight bench. That'll be a turnover on Southeast. 5:21 to play. First quarter here. Saline County rivals, NCAA league rivals. Just a few miles apart, and always a nice crowd in either here or Gypsum when these two get together. There's a three-point basket up and good by Campa. That cuts the lead down to 1. It's 6-5 Southeast. Southeast open with 2. The Knights answered on a couple of free throws. Down 6-2, and there's a bank shot up and good. Samuelson already with 6. She's got 6 of the Trojans' 8. The lead back up to 3. Still one possession at 8-5. 4:40 left, first quarter. Addie Lee to the free throw line, back to Campa, and boy, just saving it. Did Campa from a backcourt violation there at midcourt. Now Richards in the far corner. Trouble there getting it away, gets it to Addie Lee, drives a baseline and lost it, and boy, Patterson tied up with Douglas. Here comes Mia Hamilton in the game, in for Bethany Campa, also in there. Sarah Feldman checks in for Sutton Douglas for Southeast. 4:16, 4:15 to play. First quarter, still not quite halfway through the opening period. 8-5. Had one tie at 2-2. Knights have trailed by as many as 4. There's another. Third time tonight, you're going to get 2 foul shots. Foul is going to go on Regan Duran, excuse me. So Hamilton with the shot up and good. Eight to 6. Aiden Sharpton's checked in now for the Knights. She'll give Patterson a breather. Second free throw up. Split the difference, and now the Knight, Mia Hamilton 1 for 2 on that trip. The Knights overall now 3 for 6 early in the game here from the charity stripe. Shot from three-point range, near side wing, that's missed. Long rebound to Richards in the corner. Dumps it off to Douglas to take it across the timeline. 3:45 left, first quarter. 8-6. Knights could tie it up here for the second time or take their first lead with a three-pointer. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Sacred Heart. As Regan Duran checks in, Kaya Samuelson will check out. Richards with the inbound to Hamilton, to Douglas. Looks right, goes left in the lane. Left-hand little runner is up and no good. Eden Sharpton offensive rebound, back to Douglas to reset. Excuse me. Now Richards, beyond the arc, right side to Lee. Boy, a long three. Aired that one out and got her own rebound off the backboard in the glass. She'll try a three from the left side and miss. Might have had a foot on the line, but it will not fall regardless. So, well, she was a good 3 steps behind the line over on that right wing and bombs away. 8-6 Southeast continues to lead. And Sacred Heart has not led in the game. There's the first foul in the night in the game. Going to be on Douglas, her first personal. And to the free throw line, Abigail Pearson. Here's a shot up, and that'll miss. So now it'll be a one-possession game, make or miss. 2-point game. Second one's good. So Pearson 1 of 2 from the line. Douglas 2 of 2, Pearson 1 of 2, Hamilton 1 of 2, and Campa 0 of 2 from the line thus far for both teams. 2.5 to go. There's a shot from Hamilton. 3-point shot and another offensive rebound, though on the floor in a scrum now. Tie up, possession arrow to Southeast. At the 2:24 mark. Samuelson back in, and out will go Pearson for the Trojans. And it's a 9-6 game, as I said, with the second free throw. Make or miss, it was going to be a one-possession game. It was a make, and it is. Pull-up shot might have been deflected. And a save, boy, nice save. Nice save by Heinrich. And she'll try a three or left side, that'll miss. Ball nearly saved, and this one's going to be out of bounds, and the ball back to the Knights. Nice attempt to, couple nice attempts there. Bialas and also Samuelson going for the loose ball. Under 2 to play, opening quarter. Still one possession game now, 9-6. Knights have trailed by as many as 4. One tie at 2 apiece. The Knights have not led. Three-pointer, that would have tied it up, but again, no good by Lee. Southeast back down the floor and to a double team in the lane. No kicked out now, left corner, shot up and missing. Rebound taken by Vialas and nearly tipped into the backcourt. Samuelson back to the near side to Sarah Feldman now in there for Southeast. Three-point shot, left side up, no good. A little bit of iron and backboard and no good. And the rebound goes to Skylar Douglas, outlet now. Left wing, near side, Douglas back from Richards and back to Richards. And a foul's going to be called. And the foul's going to go on Regan Duran. Second team foul or a second personal foul rather. Fourth team foul. Good grief. And I was about to say we only had 4 Trojans, but one of them was behind one of the Knight players, so. 14 fouls against Southeast, just 1 against the Knights, and that's knocked out of bounds. That'll be a turnover against the Knights as Camp is going to come in for Douglas with 1:04 to go here, late first quarter. Inbound to Heinrich, and now to Pearson. Heinrich with it back, ball fake on the right wing, top of the key. Samuelson now a steal by Nicole Richards. Trying to race ahead of the pack with the right hand off the glass, up and under and good. And Nicole Richards with a couple. 9-8, the lead back down to 1. 38 seconds left here. Final minute of the opening quarter. Pearson all the way around to the right lane line, high off the glass. And a tough angle up and good. She's got 3. And the lead is 3, 11-8. Southeast back on top by 3 one more time. Final 18 seconds now. Mia Hamilton, top of the key. Looked like she had a notion for a moment there to let one fly from 3-point range, but does not. Campa off the iron, no good. Rebound. Southeast now with 3 with 2. Got to get one off here at the horn. It's short, and we are through the opening 8 minutes. First quarter's in the books, and the Knights hanging on with Southeast now. It is the Trojans 11, the Knights 8. Back with the second quarter after this. You're watching and listening to Sacred Heart Basketball here on SalinaPost.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
And now back to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Back here from the Sacred Heart Gym, I'm Adam Coulter along with Trey Tully here on the broadcast. Three for Bethany Campa, 2 for Skylar Douglas, 2 for Nicole Richards, and 1 for Mia Hamilton for the Knights. 6 to lead all scorers for Southeast and for Kaya Samuelson rather. Sutton Douglas with 2 and Abigail Pearson with 3 for the Lady Trojans. 11-8. Knights still searching for their first lead here in the game. Patterson back in there, gives it off to Douglas. Nice pass to her, up and good. So back to a 1-point game. The seesaw of baskets continues, going from 3 points back to 1 again. Jump stop, left lane line, left it short. Off of Douglas, out of bounds. Onto the padding near the Sacred Heart stage here in the gym. 30 seconds gone by, and now the Knights with it. Down just 1, 11-10. And if you're just joining us again, the Knights gave up the opening 2-point basket to Southeast, tied it at 2, went down by 4, their biggest deficit, but again have not led in the game, but trailed by only 4. And now the lead down to 1 for Southeast. for the third time. Douglas for three from the right side up, too strong. Ball tipped around. Patterson got a hand on it. A couple of Trojans got a hand on it. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Lady Trojans right in this near corner on the left side in front of the Southeast bench. Minute 5 gone by, second quarter. Southeast with the ball back, clinging to a 1-point lead, 11-10. That's an airmailed pass out of bounds in the far corner to our right. And the Knights are going to get it back on the turnover. And again, a chance to claim their first advantage of the game. Down just one now. 11-8 after one, 11-10 now. Campa beyond the arc, goes left side. Another one by Douglas put up. That one also no good. So a bit of a stalemate, and Douglas just picked up her second personal foul. Or no, I take that back. And there's a traveling violation against Southeast. The foul, by the way, the first on Nicole Richards. First on the team as well. And I thought it was on the referees. I heard him say 4. I thought it was on Skylar Douglas. She was the one in the area. And I heard some of the fans here and right here in the scorers table mentioning the two number 12s, Nicole Richards and Kaya Samuelson, for their respective teams, but the foul should have been Douglas was the only one in the area. And the one of the referees anyway here to the scorers table to. Okay. I didn't think Nicole Richards was anywhere near that last play when the foul was called, and so it is the second foul, like I said, in the first place. The first team foul on the Knights regardless, but again, it is Skylar Douglas' second personal. Got that sorted out anyway. And there's another just off the fingertips of Addie Lee, and a frustrated look on her face as Mia Hamilton's going to check in for the Knights, in for Skylar Douglas. Still over 6 minutes left, 6:05 to play second quarter, so Skylar, one of the two leading scorers for the Knights, will sit with 2 early fouls. Pearson back to the near corner. Samuelson up, that'll miss. Another scrum for the ball. Out of bounds and to Sacred Heart. 5:51 to play, second quarter. It was 11-8 after one. 2-point basket by Douglas, cut the lead to 1. And from that point, there's a traveling violation on Patterson against the Knights. That one basket, we played not quite 2.5 minutes here in the second, but that basket by Douglas, the lone one here for either team here in the quarter. And there's nearly a stolen ball now. And that's a tough call. Alyssa Patterson on the floor with the ball, but I never was a fan of that call where you get the ball on the floor and you're called for a travel like that, but she hauled it in for the Knights now. Shot from 3-point range, up and good. Reese Heinrich, her first basket for the Trojans. Fourth of the 5 Lady Trojans to score in the game thus far now. Hamilton for 3 from the right side to answer, missed. And the rebound taken by Douglas back to Southeast. Back to a 4-point lead, matching the biggest of the night thus far for Southeast. Douglas, or rather, should have said Richardson Pearson here on the right side. Comes Eden Sharpton back in for the Knights, and Villalez in for Southeast. Out goes Patterson for the Knights. Out goes Addison Rohr for Southeast. 4:49 to play before halftime. 14-10. Quick inbound. Villalez. Another three-point shot. Same result. Reese Heinrich, 2 quick threes. Has pushed what was a single-point deficit for the Knights up to 7 that quick. 17-10 the score, and out of bounds, and a quick 6-0 spurt and a timeout called by the Knights. It'll be a 30. We'll take it as well. 4.5 to play before halftime. Southeast 17, Sacred Heart 10. Back after this. You're listening and watching the Sacred Heart basketball on SalinaPost.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at SalinaPost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
And now back to Sacred Heart basketball.
Probably turn the mic up, that might help. Welcome back to Sacred Heart and the Sacred Heart Gym. Back in Salina, Adam Coulter and Trey Tully on the broadcast as a week off we weren't expecting with the postponements, and there is Villalez losing it out of bounds, and the ball on the turnover back to Sacred Heart. 2 quick threes by Reese Heinrich. Well, it was 11-8 after one. A quick basket to start the second by Skylar Douglas made it 11-10. And the teams were in a stalemate for a good couple of minutes, but then there's Richard for 3. Shot up and too strong, out of bounds, and back to Southeast. 11-10. Reese Heinrich with a 3 to extend the lead back to 4, the biggest it had been to that point. And a second 3 has put the score at 17-10, where we sit right now at the midpoint of the second period. Left side to Heinrich with a hot hand. Pearson, near side for 3. This time up and good. This time it's Regan Duran. 9 in the quarter as a team. It's 20-10 now, I should say. So the Knights have gone down 10, their biggest deficit. Really nip and tuck that first quarter, but here in the second, those 3 threes in a row now. It's a shot by Lee to break a couple of bounces, and just the threes are raining down for Southeast, and the Knights, the proverbial lid on the bucket. And in the lane, there's a foul to legal goal on the Knights. And they're going to call it on Bethany Campa. Douglas back in for Campa, and Addison Rohr back in. Sutton Douglas out for Southeast. So here in the corner, speaking of, Douglas checking back in. Pearson missed the shot off the inbound, and out of bounds. It'll go back to the Knights. Knights need something to swing the momentum back in their favor. 3:02 to play in the second. Southeast 20, Sacred Heart 10. As I mentioned, 11-8 after one. A 2-pointer by Skylar Douglas made it 11-10, but since then 3 threes, 2 by Heinrich, 1 by Duran. A 9-0 run that Southeast is still currently on now. Right side from the baseline, that'll break it. Nicole Richards with 4. And that cuts the lead down to single figures again at 8, 20-12. Pearson working against Douglas, right baseline. Now she'll back up beyond the arc. Around the arc, it goes all the way around. Heinrich back up top to Pearson. One dribble to her left, now to the right, to the elbow, back to the right baseline. Now kicked out, and back to save it, and a nice save indeed by Duran. Gets it back into Heinrich, up near center circle. And again with it is Pearson, left side. To the wing in the corner, a traveling violation called on Heinrich. And the ball will go back to Sacred Heart as Ellie Campa checks in for the first time for Sacred Heart. Douglas Lee Richards, Ellie Campa, and Mia Hamilton for the Knights. There's Douglas, left side of the elbow. Now Mia Hamilton on the baseline. And going to be a foul on the floor. Be the first team foul against Southeast here in the second. That is in Rohr. Second personal as Rohr goes out. Vieles checks back in. As in there for Southeast, also Pearson out there. Samuelson's out there. Douglas and Duran for Southeast. There's a shot deflected. Put back up though, and no good, and now a foul on the Knights. And the foul's gonna go on Ellie Campa. Her first personal, third team foul. With 1:40 to go, second quarter. 20-12. Knights down by 8. They trailed by as many as 10. And Douglas has picked up her third personal foul and colliding with Abigail Pearson as Bethany Campa's going to come in. And Douglas is going to sit with 3 fouls now, still 1:28 to go before halftime. And the Knights' leading scorer, Pearson left side to Duran. She'll pull up left side. A shot up and missed. Tipped around. And back out beyond the arc. Tip from Douglas to Samuelson. Now beyond the arc, left side Pearson one more time from Duran. And a reach and nearly taken away again by Richards. Left side it goes, right in front of the Knight bench. A minute left now. Well, and it was tipped. Sacred Heart fans wanted to travel and didn't get it. Shot from the corner, that'll miss from the right or from the left side, and the rebound ripped down by Campa. Off to Lee. 45 seconds left in the second. Knights down by 8. Kicked out. Left side, Bethany Campa missed it. Rebound to Ellie. She lost it, and a foul's going to be called. And they're going to call the foul on Vieles. Vieles. 3 threes here in the quarter for Southeast, still the difference. A couple of 2-pointers by Skylar Douglas and Nicole Richards, respectively. Sandwiching 3 threes. Thus the 8-point lead. There's a shot by Hamilton, a line drive shot. Huh. Count it. 4 for Mia. Line drive of a shot, but it got enough iron and enough plexiglass and backboard. All that matters is it goes in. So a little 5-0 spurt by the Knights. They were down by 10. They've cut that in half. Final 5 seconds for Southeast, up by 5 here at halftime. Far corner, shot blocked by Hamilton. And the Knights have scored the last 5 of the quarter to go into the locker room. Just looking up at a 5-point deficit now here at the halftime break as Sacred Heart trailed by as many as 10. But a little 5-0 spurt to end the half gets them right back in this thing once again as our halftime score here from Sacred Heart in Salina. Southeast of Saline in our ladies game leads Sacred Heart by a score of 20-15 at intermission. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some halftime numbers and get you set for the start of the third quarter. After this, it is Southeast of Saline 20, Sacred Heart 15. Back after a break. You're listening and watching to Sacred Heart Basketball on SalinaPost.com.
nociceptive, and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart Basketball here on SalinaPost.com. Adam Coulter, Trey Tully on the broadcast tonight. 20-15 our score at halftime as the Knights still seeking their first lead, but for the majority of the game they've been right in here with Southeast. It looked like midway through that second quarter that Southeast might start running away, but with 3 threes at that moment, that actually took the Knights to what at the time was their biggest deficit, tying that at 4 points, and then a series of threes by Southeast, 3 in a row, a 9-0 run, had put Southeast up by 10 at 20-10. But the Knights come back. They hold Southeast scoreless for the rest of the quarter and score 5 themselves. So they cut what was a 10-point deficit down to 5. And as we get set to start the second half, the Knights just down 2 possessions now as a score 20-15. Scoring in the game, leading all scorers, a couple of the Lady Trojans with Reese Heinrich and Kaya Samuelson. Kaya opened the game when scoring back in the first quarter. And Reese Heinrich scored 2 of those threes in the second quarter. They've got 6 apiece to Samuelson and Heinrich. Also Duran with 3 off the bench, Pearson with 3, and Douglas with 2 for Southeast. Meanwhile, for the Knights, Douglas with 4, Richards with 4, off the bench Mia Hamilton with 4, and Bethany Campa with 3 for Sacred Heart. 20-15. Knights will move left to right here in the second half. Right to left will go the Trojans. Underway now. It's a 5-point game with the Knights with the basketball. Patterson double teamed underneath, nearly lost it, gets it, and Nicole Richards had it and skips away from her. Had a hand on it, but that'll be a turnover as Pearson will inbound in the near corner off to our right. Dumped off to Samuelson, and across the timeline she goes. Starters back out on the floor for the 2 teams. Heinrich, Samuelson, Rohr, Douglas, and Pearson for Southeast. And for the Knights, Lee, Campa, Douglas. Shot right side missing. Tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Southeast. It must have went off Addie Lee. Also in there for the Knights are Richards and Patterson. Heinrich, the inbound, up top it goes. Back to the near side, Heinrich for three. It'd be her third one. That one will miss off the heel. Offensive rebound, though. Shot put back up and missed. Another one up and missed. Couple of offensive rebounds. The first by Samuelson, the second by Rohr. And Rohr, the lone Lady Trojan starter of the 5 without a point thus far, and there's the first one. Her first point, lead is a half dozen at 21-15, and that again, the first point for, and now all 5 Lady Trojans have at least 1 point. Second one misses, rebound to Patterson. And speaking of starters and scoring, there's a tie-up possession arrow to Southeast. I mentioned Bethany Campa, Douglas and Richards all scored, as had Mia Hamilton. Alyssa Patterson and Adeline Lee, the 2 starters for the Knights without a point. And Lee in particular, the surprising one, don't say that very often. But for both teams, pretty balanced scoring from the ladies here on the evening. Lee with it. Now to Campa, goes left, goes right. Stops at the elbow, and she runs into 2 or 3 purple jerseys and called for a walk. A little shy of 90 seconds gone by here, third quarter. 21-15, 2-possession game. Pearson up top, 2 are left. Samuelson at the free throw line. Tried to swing a pass down low to Heinrich and taken away by Campa for the Knights. Now Lee. And awaiting her at the top of the key, Pearson defensively. Now she picks up Douglas. Douglas back to Lee. Far side wing, into the corner. Richards to Campa, back to the right side on the wing. On the near side is Douglas. Now Campa, a little fake there, baseline right, short by Richards, but taken back by Douglas. Underneath the basket, up to Campa, back to Addie Lee. Lee to Douglas now, between the rings, right side. Behind the arc is Bethany Campa. Looking for Patterson down low and can't get it to her. Douglas back to Campa. Now top, Douglas for 3, yes. 7 for Schuyler. And that cuts a 6-point deficit in half. And a steal by the Knights now in the backcourt. Addie Lee double teamed just for a second there, and down the floor she goes, and boy, the foul's going to go on Pearson, but just over here in real time, I thought for a second Addie's arms might have been a little high and maybe she'd get called for an offensive foul, but did not happen. 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:17, the timeout by Southeast. 21-18, Southeast by 3. Back after a quick break. You're listening and watching this Sacred Heart Basketball on SalinaPost.com.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, time is crucial. Hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to their dispatch board, so you can schedule the first available appointment. Upload pictures and description of your problem on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials now and information on worry-free service plans when you visit SalinaSepticService.com.
And now back to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Back at the Sacred Heart Gym, Adam Coulter. Trey Tully on the broadcast. Lee got it back after a loose ball for a moment. Now Patterson rips it down, but again, a loose ball taken away by Southeast of Saline. Now under 5 to play in the third. Back down the floor, off glass, too strong, but Foul shots coming to the free throw line is going to be Duran for Southeast. Villa is going to check in for Southeast. Sharpton for the Knights. Patterson called for the foul, just her first. Second team foul, free throw up and good by Duran. She's got 4 off the bench now. And out for the Trojans will be Addison Rohr. Second free throw up. That one, boy, was about 5 bounces off the iron there. But it goes in. 5 for Duran. The lead is 7 now, 23. Or 6, boy, 5-point lead. I can add. Shot by Sharpton. Boy, that one just rolled off the iron and almost in a straight line, the back of the iron. That's an airmail pass out of bounds. So the ball's going to go back to Sacred Heart. Took me 3 tries to subtract 18 from 23, but I got it. Campa's going to go out. Hamilton back in for the Knights. Richards and Lee in the backcourt. Also Douglas, Hamilton, and Sharpton. Pearson's in there. Duran in there. Samuelson. BLS. Shot up off the glass and good by Mia Hamilton. 6 off the bench. Only Skylar Douglas with 7 has more for Sacred Heart. Sutton Douglas also in there for Southeast. Now top nearly reaching in and taking it away. Shot right side, good, and one. Count the basket. And to the free throw line. That's her first basket since she hit 3 in the first quarter. 8 now, and a chance for a 9th for Kaya Samuelson, and that'll miss, and foul's gonna go on Villas. Checking back in Addison Rohr, and out will go Sutton Douglas. .345 to play third quarter, in the Knights looking up at a 25-20 deficit. There's Douglas right side to Lee in the corner, near side to Richards, between a couple of defenders, up and good. Richards with 6. Hamilton with 6. Douglas with 7. Knights within 3. 25-22, back to a 1-possession game. Knights on a 15-2 run. And that can't be right. Actually, yeah, it is. No. Wrong scores on the side. I was adding the wrong points to the wrong team, but nonetheless, the Knights, I'll get this right yet. A 12-5 run. It was 20-10. And now 25-22. Another turnover. Ball back to Southeast. Comes Ellie Campa to the scorer's table to check back in for Sacred Heart. 2:45 to go, third quarter, 25-22 the score. Pass right side, Pearson for 3 from the right wing, and it's good. She's got 6, and the lead is also 6, 28-22. Under 2.5 to play in the third now. Douglas with the ball. Left side. to Mia Hamilton. Now Addie Lee. Spins in the lane. Left hand up. Shot good. And not an easy one for Addie. That's her first basket. Full timeout called by the Knights. Will take one as well. 2:11 to play in the third. Southeast 28, Sacred Heart 24. Back after a break. You're listening and watching to Sacred Heart Basketball on Salina Post.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time. Close your eyes. Now imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina. And now back to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Back in Salina, back at the Sacred Heart Gym. Just over 2 minutes left in the third. 28-24 out of the timeout. And now just under 2. Shot left side. Jumpers missed, and the rebound taken by Eden Sharpton for the Knights. Sharpton's in there. Ellie Campa. Douglas now had it blocked from the baseline. Also Richards and Hamilton out there for the blue and gold. Here's Pearson for Southeast, right side to Samuelson. Pulls up in the lane, shot missing, rebound Richards. 90 seconds left here in the third. Knights were down by time at 20-10. The Knights from that point have outscored the Trojans 14-8 to cut that 10-point deficit down to 4. Just over a minute to go now. The Knights working around the perimeter. Richards looks left, goes right to Hamilton. Bounce pass to Sharpton in the lane. Turnaround. Shot no good, but Eden's going to go to the free throw line to try and cut this to one possession. And even 60 seconds left on the board. Second foul called on Douglas. Each team with 3 fouls rung up here in the quarter. High arcing shot off the hill, no good. Douglas out, Lee in for the Knights. Vielez in and out Douglas for Southeast. Second free throw up, and that one going to be didn't see if that was a lane violation or if Eden stepped over the free throw line, but either way, shots waved off. .50 seconds left. The score remains 28-24. Drive on the right side, deflected. Lee got a piece of that. Going up with it was Samuelson, and it's tipped out of bounds off of Lee. Ball back to Southeast. 43.5 seconds left. Inbound pass back in the near corner. Pearson with it for a moment from Heinrich. Kicked out Samuelson. Back up top now. Bielas. And I can hear coaches over here to my right wanted a couple traveling violation calls. Everett didn't get them. One of the referees came over and a couple of words for head coach Carl Hines now. Lee. The lane kicked out. Richards thought about a 3 for a sec. Pivoting, top of the key now between the rings, Addie Lee. And lost the handle now. Sharpton, though, got it back. At the horn, though, the shot won't go, and we're through 24 minutes, the end of the third quarter. It's now Sacred Heart down by 4. Southeast 28, Sacred Heart 24, 4-point game. Back after a break with the fourth. You're listening and watching at Sacred Heart Basketball.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming and ranching is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm and ranch deserves.
Contact Scott Osherman, agent at Scott Osherman Agency, Inc. at 785-392-3111 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Back here from the Sacred Heart Gym, Adam Coulter and Trey Tully on the broadcast. Underway in quarter number 4. Knights have been down quarter by 3, 5, and 4 points respectively. They trail right now at the start of the fourth, 28-24. Found themselves down by as many as 10, but really, other than that 9-0 spurt that extended a 1-point lead to 10 on 3 3-pointers in a row by the Trojans as a team, Knights have been right in this thing, but just a hair behind. Free throw by Pearson, as Addie Lee picked up her second personal foul. That's 7 points for Pearson now. Second free throws up and calmly hits them both. 8 for Pearson, and the lead is 6 again. So still a 2-possession game now, a full 6. Inbound to Addie Lee. Douglas, near side to Lee, to Patterson in the lane. Turnaround shot up. Couldn't get it to go, and the rebound taken by Rohr. And back to southeast of Saline. .45 seconds in, early fourth quarter. And there's a traveling violation against Pearson. Sacred Heart ball. Douglas and Lee well over 10 points apiece per game on the season. Lee with just 2 in that third quarter, and overall, Douglas with 7. Knights not the usual scoring output now. Campa, though, missed a shot short from the left side, and a tie-up. Possession there is going to keep it with the Knights. Campa's going to inbound it as the starting 5 for the Knights back on the floor. Bethany Campa. Richards to Douglas, up and good. 9 for Douglas. Lead back to 4 again. Lee, Richards, Patterson, Douglas, and Campa. Pearson, right side now, up top. And foul going to be on the floor. It'll be against Sacred Heart. And they'll call it on Addie Lee, her third. So in for the Knights. Mia Hamilton checks in. Bethany Campa checks out. 6:39 to go in the game. Knights down by 4. Quick inbound and nearly stolen. Now it is. Hamilton got a hand on it. And the loose ball hauled in by Douglas. Now down the floor. Forward and back. And a whistle's going to go against Southeast of Saline with 6.5 to play in the game. And they're going to call it on Samuelson, just her first, and the first team foul against Southeast here in the fourth quarter. The Knights, Richards to inbound baseline left, and boy, that's going to be close to a 5-second call, and she knew it. She had a look on her face, well, I thought anyway, she had a look on her face like she knew she was running out of time. Pushed it in. Pearson now picks up a quick foul. Her second personal, also the second on the team against Southeast here in the fourth. Each team with 2. Now Douglas into Richards. Just beyond the foul line. Douglas on the baseline left. And a whistle and a foul. This time it's going to go against Sacred Heart. 6:21 to go as Ellie Camp is going to check in for the Knights. She is going to go in for Alyssa Patterson. 6:21 to go in the game, fourth quarter. Southeast, we had one tie at 2. Otherwise, Southeast has led the entire way, but only once by double figures at 30-20. Actually, I take that back, 20-10. Loose ball on the floor, possession arrow to Southeast. 3 team fouls against Sacred Heart rather. As Duran checks back in for Samuelson for Southeast. I started to say 3 team fouls against the Knights, 2 against the Trojans. 4 timeouts left for 3-point shot near corner miss. Now Hamilton wants to run, trying to outrun a couple of the Trojans and foul from the backside. 2-shot foul coming. Southeast fans wanted to travel. 6 minutes even to play in the fourth. Free throw by Hamilton's up and good. It's a 1-possession game again. Hamilton's second free throw up, and she got them both. Mia with 8 off the bench tonight. And that cuts the lead to 2, 30-28. And we got us a ball game. And frankly, -1 spurt as Ellie Camp is going to pick up the foul, her second, 4th team foul. Other than a quick 9-0 spurt by Southeast back in the second quarter. This one, for the majority of the game, has been really about a 2-possession game. Heinrich missed it short. She had 2 of those 3 threes in the second in that 9-0 East. Douglas to Richards on the baseline left side. Richards to Campa in the lane, bounce pass and taken away by Heinrich, and on the ground lost it, but gets it to Pearson. So Southeast forces a turnover and takes it back. Heinrich. Ball fake to Pearson now up top, right side to Duran, to the left wing, back to Heinrich in the corner on the near side now. And tipped by Lee, taken by the Knights, and tipped away from Douglas, but it will remain Sacred Heart ball. And somebody finally saw that. I'm not sure if it was a piece of paper or a pom-pom. There was something on the court. A couple of the referees didn't see it, but Pearson just picked it up and threw it off the floor, so thankful for that. There's Lee, under 5 to play in the game now. Knights down by 2 with the ball, looking up at a 30-28 deficit. Lee knifes her way to the basket. Oh, just the shot looked good, but would not fall, but the foul goes on Douglas. Each team with 4, so both teams with no fouls to give. Lee from the line, off the heel. Lee with a second free throw up and good. So Addie with 3, a modest 3 for her. And now the Knights are going to press. Breaking it though, Southeast. Heinrich nearly lost the handle. 4.5 to go in regulation. It's a 1-point game. Samuelson got it. Kind of sat on the iron and decided it wanted to fall. 10 for Samuelson. Basket good. Fouls on Mia Hamilton, her first, and the 5th team foul. Next one against the Trojans would also put them over the limit with 5. So here's Kaya Samuelson, her bonus free throw right through there and good. 11 points for Samuelson, and the lead is 4, 33-29. Near side, back to Skylar Douglas. Back out to Lee for 3 to answer. That one a rim out, and the rebound to Pearson, back to Southeast. 4:10 to play. Lee some pressure at half court there. Now Douglas on Pearson. Around a pick from Douglas there for a moment. Now Samuelson, the left elbow, caught there, and Richards forcing the tie up. In the Southeast, that's all. If you're not familiar with the Sacred Heart Gym, the student section and the home crowd across from us here at the scorers table, and the visiting section actually behind us, so we can actually hear a lot clearer what the visiting crowd's saying, but nearly a packed house here tonight. And I'm sure we'll get some more fans of both schools here trickling in as the night progresses. But it's been a good girls game thus far. Free throw up and good. Samuelson to the line again. Bethany Campa checks in. Addie Lee checks out. 5-point game, so it's going to be a 2-possession lead. Make or miss on the free throw. Another make. 13 for Samuelson, 5 of those here in the fourth quarter. 3.5 to play in regulation. Bounce pass right side, Douglas for 3 in the corner. That one no good, and the rebound Southeast. It was Douglas to Heinrich rather, across the timeline. She goes right to left. Right side thrown away. So 3:12 left now. Inbound Richards to Douglas. Samuelson awaits her at midcourt. Defensively, Bethany Campa between the rings. Tipped in the hands now, and ultimately to Samuelson now down the floor. Basket good, and Mia Hamilton's going to pick up the block. And just like that, back up by 8 all of a sudden. So Samuelson again. 15 in the game. That one will miss, and an offensive rebound by Pearson. 2:50 left, Southeast with it. Pearson from Samuelson. Back left side for 3, up, good. Duran with 8 off the bench, and that's a new high water mark now, 11. 40-29. That's a 10-0 run. .210 to go. Now all of a sudden up by 11. That's 10 straight by Southeast after it was 30-29 Now 40-29. Tipped out of bounds by Douglas, and 1:56 left. Sacred Heart's going to need one more run to get back in this thing. 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. 1:56 left, fourth quarter. Sacred Heart down to Southeast, 40-29. Back after a quick break. You're listening and watching to Sacred Heart basketball on SalinaPost.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
And now back to Sacred Heart basketball.
Well, back here at the Sacred Heart Gym, Adam Coulter, Trey Tully here on the broadcast. We hope you're enjoying our live audio and video as we have throughout the season. And glad to be bringing you Southeast and Sacred Heart tonight. We've got myself and Devin Haney on opposite sides of the scorers table. Devin's got the Southeast broadcast, and we've got myself with the Sacred Heart broadcast right here. 1:40 left. 10-0 run. It was a one-point game, 30-29. Richards up top to Douglas. 90 seconds left. A spin, a shot right side, up, got it. Another timeout called. First night in double figures. Douglas with 11. Another timeout called, this time by Carl Hines and the Knights. 1:27 left. It's a 9-point game, 40-31 Southeast on top now. Back after the quick timeout as you're listening and watching at Sacred Heart basketball.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Back here at the Sacred Heart Gym. 10-0 run. Just broken by Sacred Heart. What a time to get a little case of the hiccups. That's not what I needed right now. 118, 117 and counting, and this will be a foul on Mia Hamilton. As again, that's going to be 6 on the night. So again, over the limit is Addie Lee back to the scorer's table to check in. And this will put Reese Heinrich to the free throw line. 2 threes back in the second quarter for her. And the first free throw up and good. Holly Bonilla checked in there for a moment. Addie Lee back out there for the Knights. And couldn't have made those free throws much smoother. The lead back to 11 again. Second time it's been as high as 11 for Southeast. Lee up top, goes left, right, and lost the handle. Richards, now Douglas. Ball fake there a moment, now double teamed in the lane, shot deflected, tipped around. And now Knights trying to trap at half court as Southeast. That last gap, that last time down the floor, there's a foul by Addie Lee. That'll be her fourth. No, that'll be her fifth, actually. Addie Lee's gonna foul out with 3 points. Holly Bonilla's going to check back in again. 38.5 seconds left. 42-31 the score. And that one will miss. So still 11 points. Time's going to run out on the Knights, unfortunately. And the second free throw is good. "35 seconds left in the game." Shot from the corner is up and missing by Campa, and Southeast will dribble this one out. Final 10 seconds will slip away. Couple of 9-0 run, then a 10-0 run. Knights would come back, but never did have the lead. And we have played our first of two tonight. Southeast of Saline wins the girls' game. Our final score, 43-31. The Knights go to 3-5. They are 1-2 in the league. Southeast 5-2 and remain perfect at 4-0 in NCAA Girls League play. We'll get a break in. We will come back and we'll get you set for the boys contest coming up. Break now. Back after a break. Final score of the girls game one more time. 43-31, back after a break as you're watching and listening to Sacred Heart Basketball here on SalinaPost.com. Welcome back once again to Sacred Heart Basketball. Adam Coulter and Trey Tully on the broadcast tonight. Before we start talking about the boys this evening, I do want to go back, and I wanted to mention the final individual scoring numbers for the ladies. Again, the final score, that one as the Southeast Lady Trojans. Southeast of Saline pulls away for a 12-point win, 43-31. And for Sacred Heart, balling in the game, but Skylar Douglas in double figures with 11. Mia Hamilton with 8 tonight. 6 for Nicole Richards, 3 for Adeline Lee, and 3 for Bethany Campa to pay Sacred Heart. Meanwhile, for Southeast of Saline, 16 points by Kaya Samuelson. She had 8 through 3 quarters and 8 more in the fourth quarter by itself. 16 for Samuelson to lead Southeast in all scores. 8 apiece off the bench for Regan Duran, and also 8 more by Abigail Pearson, and 8 by Reese Heinrich. 2 points for Sutton Douglas, 1 back in the third by Addison Rohr, and that will round out the ladies scoring in the game. Again, the final score of the girls game, 43-31. Southeast gets the win in the girls contest. Coming up now, the boys, as Sacred Heart hosting Southeast of Saline with a perfect 7-0 record coming in. They're 2-0 in NCAA league play. Meanwhile, Southeast 2-4 on the season, 2-1 in NCAA league play. And by the way, they were behind the 8 ball really from the get-go, as they were playing football into the last days, the last weekend of November before basketball would start. So they didn't get, for the guys that play football and basketball both, those guys did not get a lot of practice in because they were busy winning a state championship in football. So the boys struggling on the hardwood thus far, but some great athletes on both teams. With that said, and again for Southeast, they're 2-4, 2-1 in the league. Head coach is Francis Flax, and they will start Owen Bailey, 6'1" senior tonight. Samuel Knopf will start as well, also 6'1", also a senior. Adam Teal, 6'2", a junior. Likewise, a junior, Grady Gebhardt, 5'8", and Gannon Jacobson at 6'1", and a junior, starting tonight for Southeast of Saline. Gannon Jacobson, Owen Bailey, Samuel Knopf, Adam Teal, and Grady Gebhardt for Southeast of Saline. Once again, 2-4 record overall, 2-1 in NCAA league play. Head coach Francis Flax, and for the Sacred Heart Knights overall, 7-0, 2-0 in the league thus far. And Brian Gormley, head coach, will start Carson Lehman. Carson, one of the seniors for Sacred Heart, also junior Luke Coleman and junior Will Tuttle, and also starting the same starting 5 as it's been for the first 7 games. And here for the 8th tonight, Maddox Wells, just a sophomore. Likewise, Noah Hines, a sophomore. So it'll be Carson Lehman, Luke Coleman, Will Tuttle, Maddox Wells, and Noah Hines for Sacred Heart. Again, they're a perfect 7-0. 2-0 in the league, and their head coach is Brian Gormley. So just about set to go in this one, our second of 2 here tonight. Do want to remind you, coming up, the regularly scheduled games for the week. This is the makeup from last Tuesday. Tomorrow we will hit the road up north to Belleville, as the Knights will take on Republic County. And then on Friday night, right back here at home to take on Ellsworth in a girls and boys doubleheader. 3 league doubleheaders here this week. And getting set for the second half of the opener of those 3 here tonight. Southeast, the Road Purples. White numerals and letters. Black stripes trimmed in white down the sides of the shorts. Southeast across the front. If I didn't say it already, white numerals and letters with black trim for the Knights, the home whites. Gold numerals and letters in the black trim and the gold stripes down the side with the black trim. Sacred Heart across the jersey top for Sacred Heart. Will Tuttle for the Knights. Gannon Jacobson for Southeast of Saline. As we are underway in game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader. And a nice crowd here as these two schools, just a few miles apart, both here within the county. They're county rivals. They are league rivals, our Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart. Knights trying to stay perfect, and Southeast would love nothing more than to put a blemish on thus far the Knights' 7-0 record. Jacobson for Southeast, now trying to go between Lehman and Colin. It's lost out of bounds into the stage. And it's going to be Grady Gebhardt to inbound for Southeast of Salina to stay with the Trojans. 33 seconds gone by early. Knopf with it there for a moment. Shot from three-point range, missing far side by Owen Bailey. As the Knights right to left in the opening half, Southeast left to right as we view it here on our stream. And here from the scorers table, Tuttle for 3. Tuttle hits a 3. 3-0 Knights. Loss early for Sacred Heart. That game not indicative of that 12-point Southeast. It was a lot closer than that. But nonetheless, the boys trying to earn a doubleheader split tonight versus Southeast of Saline. A miss by Southeast to the other end. Hines with it between the rings, looking to his right, dumps it off to Wells. Wells a spin to the rack, missed it short, got his own rebound, kicked out to Colin. Right side to Hines for 3, and that one will miss. And the rebound taken by Owen Bailey. Now to Jacobson for Southeast. Way behind the back, and that was not an easy shot. Just almost flipped it up over his shoulder, and it goes for him. 3-2 the score now as we play it a little less than 2 minutes here in the opening quarter of our boys game. It's Colin. Hines back up top to Wells. Wells once again, or rather Hines I should say, Lehman. Now Tuttle drives the baseline on the right side, back left side, Colin for 3, got it. And the Knight fans, in particular the student section, give that chant a blue. 6-2 Knights. 2-point basket by Southeast, sandwiched by a couple of threes by the Knights. That one no good by Jacobson. Can't get that one to fall. Knights will take it over. Now Wells will try a 3, and that'll go up and no good. As we played 3 minutes now. And the rack and no good by Bailey. So one and done against Southeast. So he to the rack off the glass, and that's a tough drive to the basket by Luke Colin. And Adam Teal's going to pick up the foul. First team foul, first personal foul. 4:51 to go. Free throw up, free throw good. Second free throw, that one, couple of revolutions around the inside of the cylinder and in. Colin with 5, Tuttle with 3. Knights lead 8-2. Got the first 3 in the last 5. There's a 3-point shot, left side up, no good. Another one and done for Southeast. That one no good by Grady Gebhardt. 4.5 to play to the baseline right. Now Tuttle for 3 from the corner. No good with that one. Rebound taken by Teal. Outlet now, Jacobson jump stop, right side. For 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound, though, taken away. Jacobson got the rebound off the Knopf miss, but the Knights bring it back. Tuttle for three, right wing. That one's too strong. But there to haul in the rebound. Wow. Matucci's going to check in for Colin. So it's going to be Lehman to inbound, quickly to Hines. Hines to Wells, Wells to Matucci. Back left side, Lehman in the corner on the near side. And a reach-in foul is going to go on Jacobson. That'll be the second team foul against Southeast. And Jacobson's first personal. 8-2 Knights early. We played just over 4 minutes, 3:56 to play first quarter. Lehman to Wells, all the way around the arc. Hines to Matucci, back up to Lehman. Left side, Maddox Wells one more time. Nearly lost it on the right lane line. Trying to get it around Gebhardt, can't do it. Gets it back to Wells now. 3:35 to play. Jump stop by Wells, bounce pass underneath. So it's out of bounds back to the Knights. Tuttle inbounds to Hines. Looking for Tuttle, and it's taken away by Jacobson. Jacobson, that might be a charge. Well, it's Maddox Wells. Little help off the hardwood. But he is the one rung up with the foul. First team foul. First personal foul as so Wells comes out. Colin come back in for the Knights, and checking in now for Southeast, Isaiah Kerr, and also Tiernan Potacek. Going out will be Jacobson along with Gebhardt. 3:27 left, opening quarter. Kicked out, three-point shot up, missed. Ball tipped, offensive rebound, Potacek. He'll hang on to it, dribbles against Colin. Now behind the back dribble with it is Bailey. Back left side again on the baseline. A shot no good, but a foul call. This will be 3 on the Knights here in the first. And they'll ring up who? Luke Colin, his first personal. Comes Ben Disberger in for the first time here in the game. Free throw up with the left hand, got it. Tiernan Potacek. Second shot up, second shot good. 8-4. That breaks what was a 5-0 spurt by the Knights. Knights move up and good. Luke Colin leads all scorers with 7. No one else has more than 3. Actually, only Tuttle has 3. It's Potacek and Jacobson 2 apiece. That three-pointer is missed. It's going to be out of bounds. And that's going to be Knight ball. 2:37 left first quarter. Knights opened up, leading 3-0. The Trojans came back. It was 3-2. And 5 straight by the Knights. And a couple by each team since. 8-2, now 10-4, and Disberger has it blocked, but a foul at the same time. And that should go on Isaiah Kerr. No, it'll be Samuel Knopp, excuse me. So Ben Disberger at the free throw line. Be the third Knight to score in the game. Free throw up and good. Calmly in off the bench and buries that one. 11-4 Knights. Second one up. Off the heel, no good. Rebound taken by Kerr, or Knopp rather. And the ball back down the floor in the hands of Caden Perry. Jump stop, left side. Floater is up and missed and taken by Hines for Sacred Heart. We go down to 2 minutes left here in the opening quarter. The Knights by 7, their biggest lead thus far. Tuttle to the basket. He backed up, reset himself. A couple of steps toward the cup, and in it goes. 13-4 by 9. 1:40 left. Back down the floor one more time. Here's Isaiah Kerr with it. The free throw line kicked back out. Shot up and good. That was Knopf for 3. 13-7. Back to a 2-possession game, and there's a nice steal up off the glass and good. That one by Caden Perry off the bench. So just like that, the lead back down. I was about to say the Knights will be looking for their first double-figure lead, and 5 quick ones, and the lead is down to 4 for Southeast. The deficit, I should say, as we've got just under a minute. Wells back in, Matucci out. Lehman's going to be in there, and for Hines. 0.3 of a second shy of a minute left in the quarter. Essentially a minute left. And now we roll again. Here's Gebhardt. Tuttle waits for him defensively. Potacek back to Gebhardt on the near side wing. Jacobson looking to go around a pick. Back in the near corner. Top left side now. There's a three-point shot. Left-handed shot up by Potacek is no good. Rebound Knights, 30 seconds left first quarter. Wells from Lehman. Far corner. Foul call. Another foul against Southeast. It's going to go on Caden Perry. That's 4 against Southeast. And Perry's first personal. Hines back in. Lehman goes out. 15 seconds left here, late first quarter. Disberger to Hines. Around to the right side, puts it up. Tough shot. Final second now tipped. And out of bounds, and it's, well, the clock stopped with 0.6 of a second. Not much time for anything less than a catch and shoot. So Tuttle's going to come out. Lehman's going to come in. 0.6 of a second to go, and one final gasp here for Southeast. It's up. It counts if it goes, and it does not. So after, well, the Knights had a 9-point lead late, but little 5-0 spurt to end the first has put the Trojans back within 4 after 8 minutes. Sacred Heart 13, Southeast up Saline 9. You're listening to Sacred Heart Basketball. You're watching and listening to Sacred Heart Basketball on SalinaPost.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Back here at the Sacred Heart Gym, getting set as we are underway. Well, now we officially underway here in the second. Hines inbounds to Wells. And there's a reach in, nearly stolen by Jacobson. Now Disberger in there, shot, boy, and that one just sat on the iron, did not fall for him, and down the floor is that. Losing the handle there was Owen Bailey, and it's going to be turned over back to Sacred Heart. 7:41 to play. And the Knights got up by as many as 9. Knights opened with a 3. Southeast answer. There's a shot again by Colin. That one's missed, and the rebound taken by Gebhardt to Bailey now. Jump stop. Kicked out to the corner. Left side missed. And that is a save, actually. A scrum for the ball. Who's got it? Well, and you could hear the... It's kind of fascinating sometimes where either way, everybody behind me for Southeast is going to cheer and everybody across me is going to boo, or just the opposite, but there's no mystery who the call is on, because you always seem like you have half and half that tell you what's going on. There's a shot up and good. Potacek with 4. That time a little runner from the baseline on the left side. Matucci back in there for the Knights. Matucci and Wells. Colin, Hines, up and under. Colin missed the shot though, and taken. Back it goes to Potacek. About 90 seconds in here to the second quarter. Jacobson, shot up though too strong. I think Jacobson might have thought he was going to get a little more contact than that and put a little too much oomph on it. It was a drive all the way, and Maddox Wells to the rack, but that one won't go as well. (13 to 11). That's a 7-0 run by Southeast now. There's a shot up. And they're going to call the foul on Matucci. First personal, first team foul. Hines comes out, so on the floor now for the Knights. Lehman, Colin, Tuttle, Wells, shot in. No good, but foul shots coming. Also, Dom Matucci on the floor for the Knights. Out there for Southeast of Saline. There's Owen Bailey, again, and Jacobson. Also on the floor there is Potacek, Teal to the free throw line. And also Gebhardt. Left-handed free throw shot short. So it's still 13 to 11, but the Knights had built a 13 to 4 lead. 5-0 spurt to end the first by Southeast. Second free throw, and he missed them both. Rebound Lehman for the Knights. And now it's 13 to 11, so it's a 7-0 run, and all of a sudden, the 9-point lead's evaporated down to 2. 5:45 to go before halftime. Sacred Heart 13. Matucci back to Tuttle. It popped away out of his hands from behind. It'll stay with Sacred Heart. 5:31 to play, second quarter. Lehman to Tuttle, turn around, got it. There's 7 for Tuttle, 7 for Colin as well. Game high honors at the moment for both of them. 7 apiece. Shot from the right corner, near side missed. Rebound goes to Will Tuttle as we approach the 5-minute mark here in the second. Matucci for 3, right corner. High carom off the iron, no good. Rebound taken by Potacek, dumps it off to Jacobson across the center stripe for Southeast. Now Bailey. Bailey back to his right to Potacek, now Gebhardt. Gebhardt back to the near side wing, again to Gebhardt. Gebhardt now Potacek, jump stop in the lane. Off the glass, no good, tipped. Colin tipped it off the backboard, and it's Tuttle to take it. Southeast wanted to travel, and they're going to call a foul on Jacobson. Knopf going to check back in. Potacek will go out. For the Knights, Hines goes in, and Lehman comes out. Tuttle inbound, baseline left for the Knights. Trying to get it in there to Matucci in the near corner. Now to Tuttle. Spin, same spot, same result. 2 more for Will. He's got 9. Just a little turnaround on the baseline on the left side, up and good. And the Knights now at 17-11. The 3-point shot from the near corner, that'll go by Knopf. He had a 3 in the first, now a 3 in the second. 17-14. Back to a 1-possession game. 3:55 to play before the halftime break. Matucci beyond the arc. Stop for a second. Surveys the situation there, gets it off to Hines, and there's a foul. 3:44. And Jacobson, that's his 3rd foul. And Francis Flack and one of the referees, Francis letting him know how he's feeling right now. I'm glad I'm over here. But seemed calm enough. Jacobson out with 3 fouls. And back in there is Isaiah Kerr for the Trojans. 17-14, first free throw missed. Second one will go. That's Hines. 18-14, 2-possession game again. 3:35 to play here in the second. Knights have not trailed. The Trojans have been running. Had it back within 2 a moment ago. Here's Bailey, a shot up and deflected and foul called. A foul called.
Number 14, Dylan Matucci is second.
At the free throw line, another free throw missed short by Southeast, this time by Owen Bailey, looking for his first point. Second one, that one will go. Another significant free throw as it makes it a 1-possession game again, 18-15. Southeast showing some pressure. Trying to trap in the backcourt. Wells to Hines to Tuttle. Down the floor, Matucci. Up and good. Nice pass to him from Luke Colin. Gebhardt again, left side. Now it's shot up from the baseline, missed. Rebound to Hines. Pushing it out now, Maddox Wells. Right side. Tuttle, back to Hines. In the lane, little floater, got it. He's got 3. 2.5 to play before halftime, and now the Knights. On an 11-2 run. Shot up, only around the yacht. And no good. Wells in the corner. Another runner, good and one. Wells to Hines. Big thud on the hardwood as he fell, but nonetheless, 5 for Hines and a chance for 6 all here in the second quarter. And this will make it a 10-point game all of a sudden, and it does. So just like that, the Knights were up by 9, 13-4. 7-0 spurt put Southeast back in it at 13-11. And now a 12-4 Knight run has put them up by double figures for the first time in the game. 25-15 Knights, under 2 to play before halftime. Bailey working against Matucci. Up top. Left side to Kerr. Now back to the near side. And there's a traveling violation called on Kerr. Out of bounds back to Sacred Heart. With a minute 38 to play before halftime, and checking in, going to be Luke Colin in for Ben Disberger. I didn't even see Ben come in, but he was out there. So 90 seconds left here late in the first half. The Knights opening up a 10-point lead now, 25-15 to Tuttle. Nice pass up and good. Wells with the assist. Tuttle with the basket. He's got 11th first player in double figures for either team. And the lead is a dozen, 27-15. Shot in the lane. Wow, that's not an easy shot. Owen Bailey, he's got 3. (27-15) a moment ago, now 27-17. Still a double-figure lead for the Knights. Matucci going to go for 3 out high. That'll miss. And the rebound taken by Kerr. And down the floor one more time. Long 3 up, missed. Rebound taken by Tuttle. Off the miss by Bailey. Hines coast to coast. Shot no good, but another 2 shots coming here for the Knights with 30.9 to go before halftime. As Disberger's going to check back in for Sacred Heart.
Stay up there, take cross.
Hines the line. All shots good. That's 7 for Hines. He didn't have a point in the first, 7 here in the second. And a chance for an 8th right now, and this could put the Knights back up by 12 again, and it does. So Hines going to come out. Lehman checks in for the Knights. Lehman, Cole, and Wells, Matucci, and Disberger out there for the Knights right now. 25 seconds left before halftime. There's Jacobson up top. Caden Perry, and now reaching, taken away by Wells. Off the glass, missed it short. Ball tipped around, battled for, and hauled in by Potacek. And now on the other end, Matucci with a steal, and they'll call a block. Southeast fans didn't like it, needless to say. That'll be a blocking foul, a step beyond midcourt. First foul called on Potacek for Southeast, and that is the 5th foul.
He has it on, probably. Hey, we get everybody matched up.
Sacred Heart still 1 to give. They've only committed 3.
Dom has 1.
Free throw up and good. So Wells comes out. Disberger right lane line, left side Colin. Second free throw for Dom is up and good. He buried them both. He's got 4 now. Behind the back dribble now. Knifing his way into the lane, up and good, Owen Bailey, and that'll do it. For the Knights, led by as many as 14 a moment ago, and now Halftime score, it is Sacred Heart 31, Southeast of Saline 19. We'll take a break and come back. Give you the individual scoring numbers thus far for the teams and get you set for the start of the third quarter. Sacred Heart by 12, 31-19. Back after a break. You're listening and watching Sacred Heart basketball on SalinaPost.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart basketball as we get set for the start of the second half. The Knights have not trailed, but Southeast Knights open up with the first three-point basket. The Trojans came back to make it 3-2, and then the Knights went up 8-2, and then 10-4, and then 13-4, their biggest lead to that point at 9 points. But the Trojans got the last 5 in the first, and all of a sudden it was a 2-score game after one quarter at 13-9. Second quarter, the Trojans got the first basket. They were within 2 all of a sudden, but then the Knights came back on a run of their own. They went on what was a 14-4 run. They went up 12 at that point. They led by as many as 14 at 31-17. Lead by a 31-19 count now as we get set to start the second half. Scoring in the game for the Knights, led by Will Tuttle. He's got 11. 8 points by Noah Hines. 7 more from Luke Coland. 4 from Don Matucci and 1 by Ben Disberger. For Southeast of Saline, they've got 6 from Samuel Knopf. 4 from Owen Bailey. 4 by Tiernan Potacek, and 2 apiece from Caden Perry and also by Gannon Jacobson. So there is the scoring in the first half of this one.
We finished off 2, we got in 2, and we're going to set up better for them. Don't be afraid. You can't speed them and beat them to the playoff too. If we run strong, look at Curley. Well, we are going to go ball.
Final seconds tick away as Jacobson, I mentioned him with a couple of points. He had the first 2 of the game. And here come the Knights back out on the floor. It's like the starting 5 are out there for the Trojans, in for the Knights. Disberger is in there. And who is not? Luke Colin's not. Trying to figure out, we had one non-starter. There's a basket up and good. As soon as I see Jacobson, I was about to mention he had the first 2 of the game. He's playing with 3 fouls right now. Had to sit much of that first half. Shot on the other end by Wells and too strong over the rim, but it's going to go out of bounds. That was either off Jacobson or off of Teal. Bailey, Knopf, Teal, Gebhardt, and Jacobson on the floor, by the way, for Southeast of Saline, and losing the handle on the inbounds pass. Lehman, and down the floor, pull-up shot right side up. That'll miss. Boy, and skying for that rebound. Jacobs, or rather, Disberger for the Knights, and now a shot up and good. And Wells with a basket. That's her first basket. 6th Knights to score in the game. 33-21. Lob down low for Jacobson, and turns around and finds 3 white jerseys all around him. Knights take it away. Wells to Hines now. Maddox Wells now to Lehman, now to Hines. He'll try a 3, he'll bury a 3. Second double-figure score for the Knights. Both he and Will Tuttle with 11 apiece. 6:25 to play in the third. Knights, their biggest lead now, 15. It was as close as 2 at 13-11. Before that, just 3-2, where Southeast was within a point very early. Ooh. I was thinking it too. Thought of the travel there, but I can see people around me saying it, signaling for it, but nonetheless, Southeast retains possession. Jacobson out high. Now to Gebhardt. Gebhardt to his right side, back to Jacobson. Up, off glass, too strong, but to the free throw line, Jacobson. Ben Disberger picked up his first personal foul. First team foul, 5:42 left third quarter, and Jacobson to the free throw line as the Knights lead by 15. And a free throw will miss. Second free throw by Jacobson up, and that one will go. 1 of 2 from the line. Jacobson, 3 early points here in the third quarter, 5 for the game. 5.5 to play. Third quarter, the Knights up by 14. Bounce pass. Shot up and Wells again. Noah Hines with another 3. Now he's got 14. Didn't score a point in the first. 8 in the second. Coming alive, and now a couple of long distance jumpers. As we inch toward the 5-minute mark here in the third. Underneath, kicked back out again. Bailey now, Jacobson out high, back to Bailey. Bailey to the left elbow, kicked out to Gebhardt on the left wing. A lot of passing around by Southeast, but another one forced up, and this foul will go against the Knights. Two shots and to the free throw line. Ben Disberger just picked up his second personal foul. Or is it his first? No, he just had his second, or his first. Scoreboard says 1, but he actually picked up a couple. Couple more free throws by Jacobson. Near corner to Wells. Gonna drive the baseline, turning. Little spin, lost the ball, and 4.5 to play. Wow. Jacobson, a little shake and bake.
You gotta go!
Spin in the basket off glass. And with all of the Trojan points, there's a three. Didn't see if that was deflected but Tuttle missed it well short. Now Tuttle, the glass is up and under with the left hand up and good. 13 for Tuttle. On the other end, quickly down the floor again. This will be another 2-shot foul. This will put Samuel Knopf to the free throw line for Southeast. 3:52 to play.
Take one for a little bit.
41, 2, 4, 6, 7, 26. Free throw good. Knopf with 7, and the lead now 14. Matucci checks in, Disberger checks out for Sacred Heart. Second one up and missing, rebound to Tuttle. 3:50 left, third quarter. It's 41-27. Hines all the way to the rack, though, put back up. That won't go for Lehman. And the rebound taken by Bailey. Three-point shot, left corner missed. Hines had it for a moment, but knocks it out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Southeast. Colin's going to check in now. In for Hines. Southeast ball, 3:31 to play. Southeast rung up for 3 fouls here. Referee gonna wipe a little perspiration off the floor. I started to say the Knights have committed 3 fouls here in the quarter. Still none charged to Southeast as of yet. Up top 2, Jacobson kicked out. Three-pointer up, that'll miss by Teal. Came down with it. Colin now, bounce pass, Tuttle, nice passing. A crowd there. Up. Tuttle with 15. 1 point more now than Noah Hines for high scoring honors in the game. 3 minutes left. Third quarter. Lead is 16, 43-27 Knights. Long three up top, that'll miss. And the rebound taken by Luke Colin. Colin quickly in transition for the Knights and wanted to go coast to coast. Had it blocked out of bounds on the stage from behind by Teal. As Teal checks out, Tanner Schroeder into the game for Southeast of Saline. 2:45 left, third quarter. Out high to Matucci. Between the rings to Wells, into the corner to Tuttle. Spins on the baseline, shot short. Ran to a couple of purple jerseys, got the deflection back. Now Matucci for 3, left side. No rim on that one, and he's got 7. And the lead all of a sudden up to 19 for the Knights. It's 46-27. There's a pull-up shot just inside the three-point arc. It's up and good. Owen Bailey with 7, and the lead. 50-29. Spin in the lane. Wells almost lost it. To Colin. Matucci for 3 again. Same result. Couple of 3 balls. The first one right through. That one banged around the cylinder a bit, but it went through, and that's all that counts. 53-29. 90 seconds left. Top Gebhardt left side for three. That'll miss. And the rebound goes to Colin. 9-4. That's tipped. Out of bounds. It's Hines comes back in for the Knights. In for Tuttle. And Potacek in for Southeast. And back out goes Grady Gebhardt. 75 seconds left here, a little over a minute to play here in the third. The lead is 20 for the Knights. Now turnaround, just refused to, Maddox Wells refused to A, not take that shot, and B, not make that shot. 51-29, 22-point game, 51 seconds left. Lehman out, Disberger back in for the Knights. Well, here in the quarter, Tuttle with 4, Wells with 4, who just inbounded the ball. Got it from Hines, I should say. Hines with 6 and Matucci with 6. Couple of twos, couple of threes, couple of twos, couple of threes. 20 points for the Knights here. And still 35 seconds left and possession for the Knights here late in the third. They took what was a 12-point lead at halftime. And the Knights have outscored Southeast and even 20-10 here in the quarter. As the lead's gone from 12 to 21, it was as big as 24. And you call an offensive foul against Luke Colin. 18.3, Colin out, Lehman in. Inbound, a little pressure by Wells. Ten seconds left. Long three right side, that'll miss off the front iron. Hines with at the horn. Another bomb missed though at the buzzer. And we are through three quarters. The Knights up by 22. They led by as many as 24. Back of the fourth quarter after this. You're listening and watching is Sacred Heart Basketball on SalinaPost.com.
When there is wastewater backing up into your home, hours are precious to minimize the mess and damage. That is where Salina Septic Service looks out for you with direct access to on the Salina Septic Service website and secure your appointment hours a day, 7 days a week. Money-saving specials, information on worry-free. SalinaSepticService.com.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
And now back to Sacred Heart Basketball.
Back in Salina at the Sacred Heart Gym. Adam Coulter, Trey Tully on the broadcast. 51-29 by quarters. The Knights have scored 13, 18, and 20. The Trojans 9, 10, and 10. Consistent. But the Knights have been pulling away ever since late in the first until Southeast came back on a run. Got the score within 13-11, but then from that point, The Knights went on a run. They led by as many as 14 late in the first half, 13-7 or 31-19, I should say, at halftime. Foul called against Southeast. Free throw by Matucci short. Foul went on Tanner Schroeder, his first, and the first on the team. 10 seconds gone by here in the fourth. So 13-9 after one. Second free throw is up, and that one also missed. 31-19 at halftime, and the Knights outscore the Trojans 20-10 in that third. So now a 51-29 score here. Biggest lead was 24. It's a 22-point game now. There's a shot from outside, left side, missed. Long rebound to Hines. 30 seconds gone by here in the fourth. 22-point game. Barring a huge collapse, Southeast is going to fall. Sacred Heart's going to stay perfect, and there's a traveling violation called. Opening minute here of the fourth quarter between the Knights and the Trojans. 45 seconds gone by. Out beyond the arc, Jacobson and Bailey for a moment. Left side in the lane, blocked by Tuttle. But back to Southeast, and that's going to be up and in. Kerr had a hand on it. Tanner Schroeder with the basket. Lehman picked up his dribble at the right lane line. Now Tuttle. Tough angle, but got the shot up and to go. 17 for Will. 90 seconds gone by here in the fourth. The lead back to 22 again, 53-31. There's a turn, a shot up and good. Owen Bailey up and good. Comes Matucci down the floor for the Knights. Off to Wells. Or off to Hines, I should say, trying to shake off Isaiah Kerr defensively, and a whistle and a foul called. 6:07 to play. And Isaiah Kerr called for the foul. Wells comes back in for Disberger. Quick inbound to Tuttle back. Right baseline. Pass from Lehman, and a foul's going to be called here. This will be on Owen Bailey. His first, third team foul, so already 3 team fouls against Southeast. So things keep going here in the fourth the way they are. Still 6:03 to play. Only one more foul to give for Southeast. There's a shot missing from three-point range by Hines, and a referee calls a carry against Jacobson in the backcourt.
BLT rush 2.
3 seconds beyond the 6-minute mark here in the fourth. 53-33. Pass underneath, blocked by Jacobson. As going up was Lehman. Coast to coast, but lost the handle. Matucci on the ground, his knees. Down to Hines. Boy, wound those arms around his defender, and kind of a windmill to evade the defender, and up with the basket, up and good. Hines was 16. Tuttle was 17 with high scoring honors. Comes Colin back to the scorer's table. And to the free throw line. Carson Lehman picks up his second personal foul. First against the Knights as a team. Jacobson to the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. So he is the first Trojan in double figures, now with 10. $19-point game now, 55-34. Second shot up and good. There's 11 for Jacobson. And as I said, Bailey's on the doorstep. He's got 9 of double figures. 17 for Tuttle, 16 for Hines. On the other end, up and good. Maddox Wells with 6 now. And the Knights have 6 here in the quarter, and they lead it 57-35. Jacobson tries to force one up and draws another 2-shot foul. Foul's going to be called on Wells.
Hey, 21 plus. Balls out on the floor. 21 plus.
50.
Really? That's a shooting foul. Luke, be ready.
Well, I just heard some of the fans behind me in the southeast section, and I thought the same thing, frankly, they did, that I was going to be a 2-shot foul, but referees have him take it out. This time he will get shots, but actually it's going to put to the free throw line Isaiah Kerr. 57-35, the lead 22 once more. Free throw up and good by Isaiah Kerr. That's his first point. (57-36). 57-37. Kerr with a couple from the free throw line that makes the score an even 20-point lead for the Knights now. Knights can just pass around, burn a little clock if they choose to, and there's another foul called, and not a lot of contact there from Tanner Schroeder fouling Matucci, but that is 4 fouls, so that was the last one to give for Southeast. Knights with 3, so 1 to give for them. Checking back in, Samuel Knopf in there, also Adam Teal and Grady Gebhardt as they join Owen Bailey and Gannon Jacobson, so the starting 5 back on the floor for Southeast of Saline. Meanwhile, for the Knights, Wells in there, Hines in there, Tuttle's out there, Colin and Matucci. So Matucci, the lone non-starter for either team right now on the floor. Teal called for the foul there, and that's 5 against Southeast, as I mentioned. So now the Knights going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. 18 for Tuttle, and the lead is that's at 11, 21, 58-37. Second free throw up, good. 19 for Tuttle. Full timeout call by Sacred Heart. We'll take a break as well. 4:21 to play in regulation. The Knights pulling away. They've led by as many as 24. They lead by 22 right now. Sacred Heart 59, Southeast of Saline 37. Back after a break. You're watching and listening to Sacred Heart basketball on SalinaPost.com.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
And now back to Sacred Heart basketball.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart basketball on SalinaPost.com. Adam Coulter, Trey Tully on the broadcast. The Knights have pulled away in this one. Not quite to the halfway mark here in the fourth, but 22 points is the spread right now. There's a pass. Now an outlet pass to Colin with the right hand off the glass, up and good. Colin had 7 to that point, all in the first quarter, and now with 9, so he's on the doorstep of a double-figure night scoring. 3:50 left. 24-point lead now, 61-37. And the Knights are going to split tonight with Southeast of Saline. Girls will win the opener. Boys are going to win the nightcap. .341 out of bounds. Gebhardt to Bailey. Bailey to his right. To Knopf, back to the near side. Gebhardt one more time. And tipped and nearly stolen, and they're trying to save it. It was Maddox Wells. And it'll go almost to the same spot, right back out of bounds, again to Southeast. As Gebhardt inbounds to Jacobson one more time. Boy, wild shot there, but an offensive rebound and a putback. Spinning was Jacobson. And for Adam Teal, that's his first basket. He's got 2 late here in the game. 3 minutes left in regulation. Tuttle for 3 on the other end to answer. He got it. 22 for Will. And the lead now, it's biggest again. Another high water mark, 25-point game. 3-point shot missing by Bailey. And Knights down the floor in transition one more time. Near side to Matucci. And some of the student section. As Tuttle eyes a 3, tries a 3. 1-2, bounces off the cylinder, but no good. On the other end, Owen Bailey now, double-figure score. Jacobson and Bailey both with 11 apiece. Shot missing on the Sacred Heart end. 23-point game, 64-41. Nearly losing it was Bailey. Back out to Jacobson, near corner. Jacobson again inside. And there's another block by Tuttle. And the crowd making some noise now as Ben Mars comes in. Disberger back in. A couple of the younger guys, Mason Brown, I could hear someone saying over there, we want, or they were chanting a little bit, we want Brown. So Mason Brown's in there. Graham Armstrong's in there for the Knights. And Matucci stays on the floor for the Knights. Checking in now, 5 in, 5 out for Southeast. Ben Heinrich, Cooper Carlin, in. Oop. Quick inbound. Ben Heinrich, Cooper Carlin, Isaiah Kerr. Shot from 3-point range from the corner. Up and good by Potacek. And also in there, Kane Sawyer's in there for Southeast. There's a boy on the floor, and that was Mason Brown, and that was also Cooper Carlin for their respective teams. And they'll call the foul on Mason Brown. 1:15 to go in the game. 20-point score, 64-44. Took back out again, 3-point shot from the wing, that'll miss. And the rebound taken by Graham Armstrong behind the back, and a put up Potacek. Tiernan Potacek with 9. 18-point game. Ben Mars kicked out. Armstrong. Matucci near wing. Up top, Disberger. 30 seconds left. Mason Brown. Back out beyond the arc. Armstrong again to Brown. Left side, Matucci. 20 seconds to go. Side to Armstrong again. To Brown. And the Knights is passing it around now. There's Matucci. And the final 10 seconds will tick away. And that's going to do it. 64-46 will be the final score. And there's the final horn. 64-46. Back after a break with the final scoring numbers, and we'll see if we can catch up with the head coach of the Knights, Brian Gormley, after a break. Knights win it by 18, 64-46. Back after a break as you're listening and watching the Sacred Heart basketball on SalinaPost.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming and ranching is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm and ranch deserves.
Contact Scott Osherman, agent at Scott Osherman Agency, Inc. at 785-392-3111 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
And now back to Sacred Heart basketball.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart basketball. One final time here this evening. Adam Coulter and Trey Tully on the broadcast here tonight. This is the first time I've made that. Trey and I haven't known each other a whole long time, but that's the first time I ever had to kind of pause and blush a little and laugh that said the first name and the last name escaped me there for a second. So my bad there, but nonetheless, thanks for all your help. Hope you've enjoyed the live streaming audio and video, and the Knights get the split as the boys win it by a score of 64-46 as the boys go to 8-0 and 3-0 in the NCAA League. Meanwhile, the Southeast boys go to 2-5, and they are 2-2 now in NCAA League play. Final scoring in the game, Will Tuttle, 22 points to lead all scorers. Also 16 more from Noah Hines, 10 from Dom Matucci. That's his big scoring output of the season thus far. 9 from Luke Collins, 6 by Maddox Wells, and 1 point all the way back in the first quarter from the free throw line for Ben Disberger. Meanwhile, for Southeast, co-leaders Owen Bailey and Gannon Jacobson, 11 apiece. 9 for Tyrion Potacek, 7 for Samuel Knopf, and 2 apiece for Isaiah Kerr, Adam Teal, Caden Perry, and Tanner Schroeder to round out the scoring for Southeast. Again, the Knights 8-0, 3-0 in the league. Southeast 2-5 and 2-2 in the NCAA league here this season thus far. Final score here in the boys, 64-46. And the girls game earlier, as Sacred Heart held tough, but just could not go on the run they needed to get over the hump. They had one tie score at 2, but the Knights never did lead, but and a late run by Southeast put that one away. So the final score of the girls game, 43-31, and the boys game, 64-46. The girls of Southeast take that one, and the boys of Sacred Heart are victorious in the second one. Here comes the head coach of Sacred Heart, and welcoming in Brian Gormley, head coach of the Knights. Coach, another nice game for you guys. You see a lot of guys, one guy gets hot and unselfish with the ball and really just had several guys score, and I know in particular Don Matucci had 10 tonight. Luke Cohen had 9 more. A couple of guys that, your big scorers typically, Will Tuttle, Noah Hines, but you've got a nice group of guys that will pick up the slack for one another if one of the guys can't get open.
Yeah, we're confident that we have 7 guys who in the right position can put the ball in the basket, and we're fortunate enough to have 5 guys who can get out there and shoot the 3. So, that makes things a little bit easier when you can spread other teams out like that and force them to guard one-on-ones. I think you saw Maddox Wells do a nice job in the second half using isolation opportunities because they were staying out on Will, they were staying out on Noah, Dom, and Luke. So, it makes things easier when you're making shots. It also makes things easier when the other team knows you can make shots and they got to spread out and guard.
And, Coach, in the end of the first quarter in particular, you guys, you got the opening 3. You never did trail. It was 3-0, 3-2. Another 5-0 spurt. It was 8-2, but you guys got up 13-9 after 1. But you were actually up 13-4. They went on a 7-0 run, late first, early second. But that was as close as they got. But still, just talk a bit about that they still are capable of that running your guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of credit, especially Owen Bailey, because Jacobson got in that early foul trouble, which was a big, big help to us.
Yep.
And Bailey did a nice job in that stretch run, keeping them close, keeping them connected to us, putting some pressure on us. And then he closes the quarter with 5 straight. So, he's a tough player. He's one of the best shooters in our league. And I think he's playing off the dribble better this year. So even though we were trying to run him off the three-point line, he hit those nice little mid floaters and just showed that he has more game than just catching and shooting a deep one.
And again, your guys, it just, kind of went back and forth. Seemed like one guy would get hot for a little bit, 3, 5, 7 points here, then someone else would take over. But nice showing by your guys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all. And usually it seems like for you guys, most every night, just about, because you typically only go 7 or 8 deep, and then if Graham gets in there and also Mason gets in there. I heard someone chanting, we want Brown late in the game too, but it seems like most of the guys are going to get at least a point or 2 here in the game.
Yeah, it's always fun when everybody touches the floor, especially home floor because of the student body. They came out. Our kids do a great job. There was a lot of energy tonight, girls game, guys game, and it's just fun atmosphere for for high school basketball here. And so, we appreciate our students. They're part of our team, and we hope we continue this home court advantage all the way through the season.
And speaking of home court, well, tomorrow night we'll be going up to Belleville to Republic County. That one was scheduled Friday night, right back here on the home floor against Ellsworth this week, the other 2 games. But then I wanted to ask you about the rescheduled games. I know, as far as I know, February 20th, that'll be the St. John's Beloit game up there, rescheduled for 20th of February. Mm-hmm. And then I was talking with Mr. Woodall, the athletic director, earlier. No makeup date yet for Thomas More Prep out of Hayes yet.
Yeah, it's it gets tough matching up schedules. They threw out a couple of dates, both schools. It just didn't work. We'll dig deeper, and we'll see how it goes during the season. Obviously, you want to play them all. There are several options. It just, hey, the weather came in and we had to deal with it. I think everybody's happy to be safe, back to school and back to basketball now.
And, Coach, one more thing I mentioned. You mentioned the home court advantage, and no rest for the weary, right? You got to, just the way it worked out, you had a Monday, Tuesday, or you'll have a Monday, Tuesday, 2 games and 2 nights. But tomorrow night, Republic County, I know it's a team that's struggling, but also, you overlook nobody, I'm guessing.
No, It's by far their best basketball game of the year, and I know Coach Sheets will have them playing better basketball week to week to week.
Right.
And the Connor Martin kid, he can stroke it, so he scores in a lot of different ways. We're going to have to find ways to slow him down, and we're going to have to be tough on the boards.
And that's one of those gyms too that the band is always, I always look over the stage up there, but
yeah, they do a good job.
It is always loud, but then even without the band, I know it's one of those. It's a great atmosphere for high school basketball. It's a fairly large gym, but it's also, for whatever the reason, it's no matter how many people are in it or aren't in it, it's a loud one. So I'll look forward to seeing you guys. Let's do it again about not quite 24 hours from now.
That's right. Yeah,
Coach,
we'll see you up there, Adam.
All right, thank you very much. That is the head coach of Sacred Heart, Brian Gormley, on the win. Appreciate the time as always, Coach. Thank you. 64-46 the final, so that'll do it for our broadcast here this evening. One more time, Sacred Heart and Southeast split. Southeast gets the win in the girls' game. They pull away for a 43-31 win. Meanwhile, Sacred Heart wins the boys' game. Final score in this one, 64-46. And as we mentioned, tomorrow night, turn right back around. This game tonight would have been played last Tuesday on the 7th. So this was the rescheduled game. And Tuesday, tomorrow night, and also Friday, on the road at Republic County tomorrow, and back home Friday against Ellsworth. Those were scheduled already, so a couple of games in a couple of nights. We'll be right back on the air tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock tip for the girls, boys to follow. And again, we will talk to you then from Belleville and Republic County as the Knights will go on the road to take on the Buffaloes tomorrow night here, as we'll have, again, the streaming audio and video here on SalinaPost.com. So again, for Trey Tully, thanks for all your help on the video. I'm Adam Coulter, wishing you a good night. And one more time, as Coach mentioned as well, stay safe out there in the elements. 43-31, the Southeast girls win it. 64-46, the Sacred Heart boys win it. And those are our finals here tonight. Right back in action tomorrow night. Sacred Heart and Republic County. And we will talk to you tomorrow from Belleville.
You've been listening to a presentation of Eagle Radio and Sacred Heart Basketball.